I've been rowing and Alan's been looking, and we're looking for spots like this right here. River's high, and so far Alan's pattern, he's caught 2 nice fish and been real crisp eddy lines. And there aren't a lot of them out here in the mid part of the river. I know this is a good region. I always do well out here when it's low and clear. But there are very few eddies, and this is one of them. So we're going from spot to spot to spot, and I'm just staying on the oars to keep him in position to hit spots like this right here. All right, I think what was important there was the drop. I let the spinnerbait drop down into that narrow foam lane. You know, I put it up in there, and if I'd have just burned it across the top surface, I wouldn't have gotten down in the water column enough to get at this one. They're tight to cover, and I don't think it's a post-cold front thing. I think there's a lot of water zipping by, and they need to hold tight to the bottom. A nice little chunk. But yeah, I mean, that was the eddy we originally pulled up in, and it's a little further back where this foam. Alan, zoom in on the foam, and you can see up tight there's a nice spot, but then when you move back, there's this larger eddy of, you know, larger area of foam that's just settling there. And that's where I brought it in across the current seam and let it flutter down into that area. You know, waited till I felt it hit the bottom and then started up again, and he was on soon thereafter. You got it? All right, chartreuse, clacker. Those 2 blades smacking together, catching on one another, doing funky things. You're a fat one. Smells good. Smells like a nice river smallmouth. See ya. Get another. We've moved into an area of the river where there's not as much of the ledge rock where we were up there catching them, and I wanted to switch to a bait that was really just designed to strain a lot of water. And we've actually moved into a little bit more stained water. And I'm using the Copper's Live Target Golden Shiner here. Any of these rattling, you know, lipless rattle baits are gonna strain water and really call fish up from a great distance away, especially in that stained area. We have on this shore the tributary that's running very clear, and we've moved out into a part of the river where it's a little more stained, and I can see if we move over even further, there's a band of truly muddy water over that way. So but I don't, you know, you can strain a lot of water with a spinnerbait, but I prefer to do it with a lipless rattle bait like this.
Hey Jeff, we're not doing too well.
Yeah, it has slowed down. I thought this rattle trap would pick up a couple real aggressive ones in these bigger eddies or these bigger areas of slack water, and it's really just, it's not been happening. So what do you want to do?
I think we should move down and find some rocks.
Same stuff we were catching them in before. We got a bunch of grass islands come up. We might have some good eddies down there. I'm certainly going to put away the treble hooks for fishing that stuff, because that's a recipe for frustration. So you got your spinnerbait ready?
Yes, I do.
All right, I'm going to row us. You hit all those eddies on the way down, but we're going to make tracks and find some rock, big rock eddies. Put those spinnerbaits right up towards the top. We got a pattern. We've tried to branch out from it, and I don't think it's worth doing. I think we want to just go and do what works. We've got one thing that works. That's all we need. one workable pattern. Grass island, a little scrub. I can swing you in. Near the bottom, you know, I'm retrieving them in fast. And if it's zooming over their heads, they're not taking it. But if you get those pauses, we talk about the same thing on the Juan actually covers it very well in the fall pattern DVD. I think the verb he uses is yo-yoing. He gets it in there, lifts it up, lets it flutter down, lift it up. Just like a lot of largemouth guys fish a jig and let it sit there sometimes. But it's a heavy bottom contact presentation. Yeah. Hi there, fish. Oh, come here, fat. Come here, fat fish. Oh, he's heavy. Wow, is he heavy? Smacking the clacker. Oh, look at that. Nice big one. He's a tall fish. Hit that chartreuse 3/4 ounce assassinator clacker spinnerbait. Let's see how long he is. He is 18 and a hair. Fat. That felt good. See? We've been catching fish out of eddies, you know, downstream of the major ledge rocks and grass patches. But I really like these corner pockets. That corner pocket down there, there's a lot of foam that's just sitting, and just because it's not immediately downstream of something doesn't mean it doesn't qualify for what we're doing today. Let it get down to the bottom, start it up. Ow! I missed him. I knew if I'd be stubborn enough with this, look how fat you are, that I'd eventually get something on this. I don't think it's it's just not a prime pattern today, and I'm being hard-headed about it. I need to go back to chartreuse spinnerbaits. It's just like the finesse, the small soft plastics on the dragon head. We've caught 17, 18, 19, 20-inch fish today. So I'm going back to this. We got a nice eddy right there. Look at that. Still being stubborn. Oh, but it was fun. I still had to keep it near the bottom, which makes